everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I do videos on Squishmallows, Squishables, Build-A-Bear, basically anything that I deem to be cute. In this case, we're talking about Pusheen box, which is a subscription service, sends out a box of cute things. Each box has a theme. A box releases for every season of the year, so that means you're getting 4 boxes a year, and it's a lot of fun. However, I did reach some serious issues with it. Sorry, the lighting is changing. There's a lot of clouds. I did reach some issues with their customer service this time around for the spring box. So we are going to talk about that at the end of this video, and I'll timestamp it and you can see what went down, which isn't even that crazy, it's just a lack of communication. So this is the artwork for this month's theme. It says maybe later. It features Pusheen and her sloth friend, who I don't know the name of. I'm not sure. I know a lot of her friends have names, but honestly, I don't know. So here's a glimpse at what's included in this box. It's quite large in size, and a lot of it is themed with gardening and stuff. So I think that's really cute, very unique, something we haven't done just yet. I'm going to start off with the vinyl figure. Each one of these boxes comes with an exclusive vinyl figure. Usually they vary in size, but they're oftentimes absolutely beautiful. I will always advise you to double check because sometimes they do come broken, but it's nothing that a little hot glue won't fix. Otherwise, you could contact customer service about it, but like I said, we're going to have a talk about customer service a little bit later. But this vinyl figure features Pusheen watering some beautiful flowers and veggies. I absolutely love the size of this one. I think it's very beautiful. These are going to look so good on some type of shelving unit. Unfortunately, I don't have the space for that just yet. I'm going to have to wait for my next home. But I'm absolutely in love with this one and all the ones that I've received in the past. The next item is a gardening tool belt. It is a little bit on the flimsy side, but it does go very nicely with the theme of this box. So it features Pusheen, the sloth, and they're just laying it outside with a bunch of leaves behind them, and there are little pockets to keep your gardening tools in reach. So you just tie it together. I don't know how practical this is, but it is absolutely adorable, which is a common theme for a lot of these boxes. The stuff is really cute, not always practical. I feel that way specifically for their technology items, but we don't have any tech items in this box, so we'll be fine for that. I do like the nice beautiful color of this tool belt, and it's an interesting concept. The next item is a sun hat. So this is very cute. It's kind of like a corduroy brown. It is adjustable. It has like the little strings that you can pull. It features Pusheen and her sloth friend just kind of laying down, and I don't really like how this looks on me, so I can't say that I will be wearing this kind of sun hat, even though I do have a couple. I mean, listen, sun protection is very important. I apply sunscreen multiple times a day, every day now, but I don't know if I would really wear this, but I know someone out there would because the love for Pusheen is strong, and I do like this as a practical item that you can actually wear. Speaking of practical item you can wear, we also have a shirt. I love when Pusheen box includes apparel items because they generally are really nice quality for the most part, and they can hold up really well. I have a lot of these now throughout the years. So this one is a similar color to the rest of the box. It has the same graphic, maybe later. Pusheen's laying down with her sloth. Honestly, sloths kind of creep me out. I have worked with them in the past at the zoo, so I'm not the biggest fan of sloths, and this artwork right here, again, kind of creepy. I mean, I'm still gonna wear it because I like the detailing on the sleeves and on the neckline, and it's a nice color, but sloths, some of them are a little bit weird to me. So moving on to this gardening sign. I don't really know how I feel about this. I mean, it's definitely cute. I just can't see myself really using it, except maybe in my room. It doesn't come with anything to write on, but I'm assuming just like a dry erase marker would work, or a permanent one, I guess, if you want it to be permanent. But it just features a little plant that says nip, and it has Pusheen with a plant. Very cute. The little paper says, share what you're growing with this garden sign. To go along with the gardening theme, we have a little watering can. So this has Pusheen and a planter. Again, I'm happy. So this has Pusheen holding up a potted plant. It's a nice, beautiful green. It's quite small, but this is cute. Even if you're not using this to water plants, this is cute just on a desk. You know, you can put your pencils in here or something like that, because that's probably what I'm gonna do because I don't have any plants. We grew up with a lot of plants, but then they got bugs, and then my parents were like, never again. So yeah, so it says here, your plants will be happy when you make it rain with this watering can. Adorable. I'm a big fan of this. This is cute. Moving right along, we have a trowel. So this is gonna help you make your gardening chores a breeze, according to the paper. Very beautiful, pretty decent material. Again, I'm probably not gonna get much use out of it, but I know gardening has really become become such a big hit. One day I would love to have my own backyard where I can kind of do things, because when I was in school, my freshman year, for anyone who's watching this, you know what I'm talking about, I went to an agriculture high school and we had a plot of land that we were responsible for taking care of, and we planted fruits and veggies and all kinds of flowers, and it was a lot of fun, and we had a harvest from them at the end, so we got to take home everything we grew during the year. It was really nice during the summer. But this is cute. I like this. I like the design of it. Am I going to use it? Probably not. I'm going to give it away, but it's cute. These clouds are killing me. They're in and out, and my light is on and it's not doing enough for me. But we have some gardening gloves. So this has a beautiful pattern to it. I really, really like it. They are pretty thin, but honestly, I don't care. I would use them for something. It says these gardening gloves look cute even when they're covered in dirt, and honestly, I believe it. I think it's gorgeous. I think this fits, again, nicely with the theme of the box, and anything that I can wear, I'm always down for, except for that hat. All right, let me just double check that I've gone through almost everything. Okay, yes, so we're down to the last product that clearly fits really well with this planting thing, because it is a planter. Give your plants a new home in this planter. It is quite heavy. It is very much breakable. It does have like the holes at the bottom for drainage. It's very beautiful. Even if you're not using it as a planter, I think this would look beautiful on a shelf, on a counter, on a table. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with it, because like I said, I don't have any plans and I don't want to like commit to something and then not give it all the love and attention that it needs. I'm much more of an animal person, honestly. There you have it. That is everything in this Pusheen box. I do like it. I do think it's cute. Sometimes these boxes are hit or miss, but for the most part, this box is pretty strong contender in terms of all the other ones. But now that we've done with this, we're gonna talk about my issues with Pusheen box. So I've recently moved, and I gave what I thought was enough notice, a month and a half's notice on moving. So I told Pusheen box's customer service, which is culturefly, and culturefly does a lot of different subscription box services. It's not just Pusheen. So basically I was like, hey, I'm moving. No, I didn't. I changed my shipping address. I changed all that. And then lo and behold, the box ships and it's headed to my old place. So I emailed them. By the time I emailed them, the box had already been delivered to the other place. I told them, hey, this is not the right address. This is the address that it needs to go to because I have moved, etc., etc. I provided my order number, part of my account number. I provided everything I needed to in one email, because I know what customer service is like, and I know otherwise we were wasting more time with them being like, okay, what's your email address? What's this? What's that? So I provided what I thought was all the information that they needed. The reply that I got back, to me, just read like they weren't listening to what I was saying, because she's like, oh, did you check your porch? Did you check your backyard? Did you check the bushes? And I'm like, this is a completely different house that I'm in. I'm not checking it because I don't live there anymore. And then again, completely disregarded that I said that, and they're like, oh, well, did you ask your neighbors about it? Like, what about your neighbors? Maybe they have the package, because whatever. Again, I was like, those are not my neighbors anymore. I've moved. So I live in a very suburban place. It's not like it's an apartment complex and I could just walk to the apartment next to me. So I got really frustrated, and again, I was like, listen, you're not really listening to what I'm saying. It's all written right here for you. Like, it's all the information you need is right there. Because she wasn't acknowledging anything, I ended up going to Twitter. I ended up saying, does Culturefly have a phone number? Because this is frustrating. Then they got back to me and they finally gave me the answers that I needed, which is that these shipping labels get printed months in advance. So that's why, unfortunately, my package got delivered to the wrong address. But they sent me a form, and if I fill it out, then I will get a replacement box. And at the same time that this is happening, I'm currently in my break room at work ranting about it. And lo and behold, my friend next to me from work used to work for Culturefly, and she told me about what an awful experience it had been, and everything she was mentioning was issues that I was having with customer service in that moment, and I hadn't even told her about my situation yet. So she had left. So she had worked for the company for a couple months, and she said the same thing, that they have no control over the boxes because it gets shipped from China months in advance, or it takes months to get there, and then they're just dealing with the tracking numbers and like the shipping labels, like all that is done already. So they have very little control over the situation, which is sad and frustrating. And I think that that should be clearly labeled on their website, that if you're moving, be careful because you might not get your box, because who really knows months in advance that they're moving. And it makes sense, because when you are a subscriber to Pusheen box, you never know when your box is getting here. It can take months and months and months. Like the spring and the summer box came out roughly around the same time because they were having delays and issues, and I'm not surprised that you're having delays with China during what is still considered to be a P word I don't want to demonetize. But it's just been very frustrating. Like I said, if the first person, like the person I was talking to for customer service, had just said that, like, hey, hey, these are printed months in advance, that's why you didn't get yours, we apologize, I would have been fine. But the fact that she was not reading what I was saying and just talking about checking underneath my porch and checking my bushes, like, that just to me shows that you're not reading it, you're just sending out messages. So that left a bad taste in my mouth. If I had just gotten that response that I needed from the get-go, I would have been fine with it. I would have been like, that's weird, that's unfortunate, but whatever, here you go. And the form that they sent to fill out, like the form that I had to fill out, was also weird because they're asking only for your previous address, and I was scared that if I put that there, given the lack of communication or the communication issues we were having, I was nervous that, knowing my luck, they would send it back to that address that I'm listing on the paper. So I'm going to put it up here so you can see. And a lot of those questions didn't apply to the situation that I had at hand, because this was a shipping move thing. This wasn't a lost package or a stolen package issue. So that's what happened. And I was thinking, like, you know, maybe it's time to let go of Pusheen box. Not because I'm spiteful or anything, but I just didn't feel really comfortable, especially because I don't plan on staying in this building or this house for much longer. Like, I'm not really sure, given the lack of space. This has just been like a filming studio for me. So I was like, maybe I won't resubscribe or whatever. And then I forgot that I have the auto charge, so I got charged like $200 and something for a year subscription again. So I'm in it for another year, unfortunately. Or not unfortunately, because I still love Pusheen box. Like I said, I was with them from the beginning of their existence. Like, I really, really love it. I pay for it with my own money. I'm not sponsored in any way. I really do love what culturefly does and produces. I just wish that the communication was a little bit better. And they did recently say on one of their social media platforms, like, oh, hey, like, if you need an address change, let us know ahead of time, because X, Y, and Z. So that's good. And the problem also is that I signed up for the Cub. For the Build-A-Bear has a subscription service, and the only reason I'm doing it is because there's an axolotl coming out. I've been wondering why nothing's shipped yet, because I did it back in July, and then I look back at the email and it's culturefly again. So now I'm back and I'm stuck with another subscription service that is owned by the same company, that are a little bit and that's not the first time I've actually had an issue. So I had been subscribed to the Pusheen box for the cats, and I did it for 2 or 3 months, and I couldn't cancel it because my account wasn't showing up to be existing. Like, I would try to log in because there's a different email than the Pusheen box that I have here, and it didn't exist. So I had to contact customer service and be like, hey, I don't have an account here, but I'm still getting charged like $50 every couple months for this cat subscription box that I can't seem to cancel. Because normally you can cancel everything on your own in your portal, but with that I couldn't. So that being said, that is my rant about Pusheen box. That is my rant about culturefly. If you have had any experiences, good or bad, with them, let me know down below. I would love to hear. And until next time, bye.